On February 6, 2016, I attended a conference at my local church, and this conference changed my life. It was called the IF Gathering, and it was basically a conference that gathered women via satellite from around the world. And throughout the 2 days of the conference, different speakers came out and they were tackling the question, what if we actually lived as Jesus Christ intended for us to live? What would that look like? What would that sound like? What would that feel like? At the end of the conference, the facilitator issued us a challenge. They gave each one of us a domino, and they told us to write down on that domino what we felt God was calling us to do. It could be something small, like maybe forgive somebody, or maybe a big life's work that God was calling you to do. And I struggled with what to write. At first I thought, be a better wife, be a better mother, but I didn't feel that God was connecting with those things I wanted to write down. And then in a flash, it came to me in a flood. And I know many people say that God spoke to them, and God told this to me, or God told that to me. But I could say that in that moment, it was like my burning bush moment. It was like that moment that Moses had when he walked up to that bush and saw that it wasn't being consumed and heard God's voice. And I heard him say to me 2 words, empower and equip. And I wrote those 2 words on my domino. And as God continued to speak to my heart and speak to my soul, I added a few words on top of that. And I ended up writing, obey God's call to empower and equip parents. And in that moment, it's like I felt the heavens exhale, because it was as if God said, finally, she gets it. Finally, she understands why I placed her on this earth. And that began my journey. That began my journey to ask God exactly what would that look like? What would it look like for me if I obeyed God's call to empower and equip